That was a very long introduction. Hello, everyone. Back again. Welcome back to another video review. This time, everyone, we're doing another live stream. Hey, Mason. Uh, yeah, Mason's a new guy I met. He won't be voice acting for my series. You'll find out in time. Hello, Take 55 Productions. Hello, Roger. How am I doing the live streams? Okay, so to answer your question, Andrew, I'm using the webcam function on my live events thing. Uh, yeah, the only problem is can't invite anybody else into the said stream, which I'm going to use StreamYard to do. I've tried a few times, but they have all failed miserably. I'm going to have to try that again at some point. Uh, yes, my beard. Thank you, Blaster 1221. I know it's getting very. It, it wasn't like this at this time last year. Trust me. We are still doing a Discord call tonight, Mason. Don't worry, it's going to happen. So yes, a little bit of an update. So yes, for those of you who are aware, or for those of you who do not know, tomorrow will be the end of an era in the Thomas community with Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3's series when he uploads his final episode, Wrath on the Rails. I'm going to be interested to see what's going to take place. I really am going to be so interested to see what's going to go down. Yes, it's very. I mean, it does all come down to this, Mason. You're right. I have not seen Quincy the Dog Binds yet, Roger. I promise you, I assure you, I will. It's just going to take me a bit of time to get to that. What I was trying to say was this. Um, I am amazed with his work. I mean, not just his series, but NWO Origins. I mean, it's kind of a shame he's only doing the 2 seasons and no more than that. I would have loved for him to do like some origin stories on the other engines that didn't get the spotlight as much. I mean, but ow, what can you do? Sorry, I bumped into my blind there. So what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So basically, speaking of spooky stories and whatnot, next week, not this week, uh, yes, Sodor the Modern Years returning to 2020, Mason. That's gonna be interesting. I'm not gonna comment on Wild Nor'Wester's situation because that was. I feel terrible for Dan. I knew that was going to happen. I had a feeling this was going to happen. But I don't know. It's going to be okay. To answer your question, Roger, on which engines would fill Bogostine, or is it Bogostin or Bogostin? How do you spell his last name? I don't give a dang. Which 3 engines will capture? All right. It's clearly not going to be the 3. It's not going to be Henry, Gordon, and James. It's going to be 3 random engines. Percy's going to be one of them for certain. All right. Because H3 made it clear that Magic Railroad is not canon to his series. Sorry about that. The internet went down. Okay. So Percy, Percy. Percy, the Garrett engine, and 87546 or Croven. Those are the 3 engines I think are going to be captured. Those are my selections. And if I am right, which unbelievably I've been right on like 90% of Thomas theories. I was right on Carly. I was right on a lot of things. It's rare for me to, I mean, yes, I'm not trying to be a lol here, but because I mean, now this now Wretched or Reg or whatever, that evil tanker is going to play a huge part. And this is just a prediction. This is just a prediction. Phil Augustine mentioned that there were bombs on the island too, or something like that in the trailer. Well, how's this for a fitting end to the series? Augustine thickens, Wretched, boom. I apologize about that. I had to do something there. Yes, I know, Mason. That's a very it's just a gutsy prediction. It's just a bold prediction. And it doesn't mean it's gonna happen. If it does, I'm gonna be like, oh my, I've just won the lottery. Yeah, that's now you think about it. So you think about this for a second. Garrett, now the Garrett engine in by Soda Workshops is made of three components: Will, Grady, and Corey. Uh, Now think about it, like they work together and do something. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I really do not know. Aside from T1E2H3, I will talk about a bit about my series and how that's going. So I've been working on a few stories of my own, of course. Uh, some rewrites of some existing stories. One of which I did at the very beginning of my series, and one that I've been meaning to do for a very long time. Should have been done a couple years earlier. Which Mason is a part of, funny enough. Um, Now, the episodes that I'm working on, aside from the whatnot, is it's a Halloween episode with the Caldy engines, the Caldy Fell engines, and the other one I'm working on involves Smudger and how he has a nightmare about. Now, just be warned, this would probably be one of the most darkest episodes I've ever created with Smudger, just because of the whole nightmare sequence and what happens at the end of the episode. Because it will carry over to the next episode, which is about the troublesome trucks having their problems, and it's going to carry over to a certain engine that has a, let's just say, has a funny coincidence with his brother, which leads to the vengeance of the LNER special. Yes, Godred is the main focus of the Cody Fell episode, and no, it is not a copy and paste of T1E2H3. Do not get me wrong on this. This is inspiration. This is not copy and paste. All right? Like, basically, all I did, instead of Shane Dooney, who was the main character of the episode, going to the top of Devil's Back, I had, fittingly enough, Caldy and his coach, Catherine, with Sir Topham and Mr. Percival going to the top of Devil's Back to confront Godred's ghost, with a bit of a twist at near the end. So there will be a lot of elements. Basically, like, the next several episodes are going to be T1E2H3 inspired. Like, yes, I've taken, like, my version of Nine Espresso Bickerstown and all that such. Uh, Diesel 10 having a dream of Diesel 9's death. Well, in Vengeance of the LNER, there will be, at least in the second part, will be focused on Diesel 10 and his history with Diesel 9 and Red Claw. So, in terms of a Diesel-centered episode, Let's just say that there will be a Diesel episode, thanks to an idea by Andrew Liago that is being created at is I've been kind of picking away at the idea episodes. He submitted an idea for a Diesel episode. He submitted an idea for a Mavis centered episode, which is going to be excellent. And the other two were basically, well, actually, the third idea was also centered around Station Master Jeffries. The final story is actually my original idea, which involves Rebecca. So that's going to be a lot of fun to do. And yes, there will be voice actors and all that such. So, and let's just say some well-known people will be voicing in those said stories. Let's try to the hell. Okay. Let's see. Now, as you saw the other day, I uploaded my first comic dub, which was myself meeting Timothy, the Ghost Train, in sprite form. First time I've done that in my life, involving sprites. I'm going to be doing a trains version on Halloween about my trains OCs meeting Timothy and possibly 300, possibly 311. Because you may remember last year I reviewed 311 on the Isle of Sodor. Okay, I wasn't actually on the Isle of Sodor. I After Effects myself onto the Isle of Sodor in the style of AVGN, because AVGN is another legend that I really feel that really needs to like I know he's already made films, he has no special length feature and all that such. He is so much more ahead of him. I can see that. Like probably by when he's gonna probably make videos the day he dies. Like okay. Yes. The whole Avengers of the Omniar. Okay, so part one will be out. Part one will be out. All like 3 parts, 1, 2, and 3 will be out next week. I'm just gonna get out the Halloween episodes that are out. Oh yes, and tomorrow will be another. There will be an episode out tomorrow that'll be out around this time or not tomorrow, involving Victor Tanzig. Now, before anyone tries to get at my head for this, I understand that Victor Tanzig is I understand with this whole his mental illness and such. I realize that and I understand that. However, this is it's a cameo appearance of such. You'll have to wait and find out. Oh. Right there. But anyways, aside from the whole Victor thing, I've also been working on some other things. I've been working on some stuff. Working on some. Let's take pretty much. Pretty much. What was I gonna say? Oh yes. So to well not let's see. How can I do this? All in all, I would highly recommend acquiring this. Okay, so let's see. I'm just gonna look at a few things. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have tomorrow we have an Edward episode. The following day we have a Skarloey episode. So a Skarloey Railway episode, and then on the 11th, which is this Friday, is a Flora episode, which yeah, that's good. That's good. They're going to be interesting episodes. Now you may have all noticed as well. You've also seen. You've also have made some customs, Tomy wise and Trackmaster, of people that um, I know very well and whatnot. Like basically their OCs and Tomy and Trackmaster form. The first two, which are going to be myself and Katrina, they will be out on the 24th, on the 11th of December. New storyteller, hey, your OC is still kind of being worked on. It's kind of been on the back burner and kind of not. I'm sorry. Look, your OC is getting there. It is. Ever since I got this new laptop, don't worry. Your model was saved because what I did is I extracted the hard drive from the old computer before I disposed of the computer and plugged it into a hard drive enclosure. I got the file out. It's all good to go. All it needs to do, it just needs a bit of retexturing and exporting, and it should be ready to go. But and I have seen some of your work. It's pretty good. It's pretty excellent. But rest assured, and I know a lot of people have I've gotten a lot of good feedback on the Electric Etienne episode, not just for the episode itself, but the fact that I used the Tugs models plus some of some nostalgia from season 5 and 4 and 5 and whatnot, Bulstrode and the Tramp Steamer that murdered Cranky. Yes, that's pretty awesome. I put them there because it was apparently it was their 30th anniversary. The 30th anniversary of Tugs. That's amazing. And next year is the 35th anniversary of Ghostbusters, Transformers, and Thomas. That's going to be awesome. And people have been saying, where's a Ghostbusters parody? Wait till next Halloween and you'll get a Ghostbusters parody because it would make sense. Yes, I've seen some of the showcases of your Tugs models out of the wood. So Uh, Mason, hey, you do. I would be interested to hear that. You see, the thing is, Mason is like, um, I'll talk to you about it on the Discord call. I'll talk to you about that on the Discord call because, let's just say, yeah. Anyway, I'll talk about it with you on the Discord call because I said I don't want to do it on a live stream because you know it's all good. You're not in trouble. No, you're not in trouble. No inconvenience, Mason. You're fine. I'm not offended. You're not in trouble. I just it's fine. You're don't worry, man. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Uh, but anyways. Uh, aside from that, what else am I working on? Oh yes. Um, if you remember last year, uh, all right. Hold on. Have you seen? Yes, I have seen the Bosher Studios' new video. I did audition for him, and it looks like I failed him miserably again. Um, yeah. Yeah. I guess I wasn't up to his standard. That's fine. Look, no big deal. No big deal. Um, I look. I've only seen a few episodes of Tugs. I'm sorry, new storyteller, and I've seen a few of them with Grampus in them. I thought about doing the episode like his voice in the episode I did, um, but he will have a speaking role in the next episode he appears in because next year I'm having an episode where Grampus has a bit of a misfortune with a certain engine from Victor's universe that is that that a lot of people have to respect. I'll give you a hint. He is a military engine. That is not Bradford. That is not Alfred. That is not Andreas. Um, okay. Yes. Benson. Benson is gonna. Well, okay. Look, I know that Renee Scarlowi did Benson in a way. Oh, for God's sakes! Oh, okay, okay. All right. It was like, whew, all right. I realize that. Yes, I remember in the one episode of Tugs that I watched, he did have a speaking role. Uh, I find it funny that his face is like on his engine. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I gonna use? Is it a prime example? Okay, no, I'm not gonna use a book. I'm not gonna use a book. All right, I'm gonna use my sunglasses here. Just pretend my sunglasses are Benson. All right, his face is like at like where his engine is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, that's something. Yes, I have, Roger. I have seen this new story of Alfred the Fallen B12. It was very good. I really thought that was a pretty excellent story. There were some references to Lion King 2, NWO Origins, uh, Tobias and the Half Pariah again for the third time. He clearly loves Tobias and the Half Pariah because apparently his cliff route is just as equally as superior as my cliff route that I made for my Tobias and the Half Pariah what could have been, which is, by the way, on Sutter Society 3D, which I'm the head admin of. And I will send a link to the website when I have the chance, because let's just say, if you may remember my trailer for the Monster Under the Shed, which I've alluded to, um, you notice that the little blue engine that was in the story was made for trains by Chuck, my friend Chuck, Iowa Studios, upon my request, which was excellent because there's a reskin out there. It's not the best, but what can you do? What can you do? Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Just look what you made me do. Which reminds me, um, I have made some sound cloud music recently, and I'm making some lyrics to another song. So okay, that's interesting, new storyteller. That's a very that is a very 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 well. Oh, and you see, oh, ow. Ow. That hurt. I'm just kidding. It didn't hurt. So yes, everyone. All in all, it was. I hit my head on the blinds there. No, nothing hard. I was acting silly. Don't worry. Um, so what I was going to say originally is, if you may remember, Transformers: Robots in Disguise ended 2015. It ended 2 years ago, 2017. Um, and last year over Christmas, I made a Christmas episode. Um, Now, for those of you Transformer fans, there was to be a season 4 with a total of, now there were 71 episodes that were made for Robots in Disguise. Seasons 1, 2, the miniseries with Starscream in it, and season 3. Season 4 was to have 7 more episodes, bringing a total of 78 episodes. All right. I already have a cast list for people, meaning like all the roles except one. Only one role remains, and that is Grimlock. All right. Now, the guy who voiced Grimlock in the one episode, Prince Balance Raumatala Tananios. I don't know. He's in the credits of the video. That dude, um, I've tried to get in touch with him about the rest of the lines. He hasn't got back to me on that yet. So, um, but I am holding auditions for a backup in the event he can't do the rest of the lines. So, if I talk to Mason tonight or whatnot, then maybe he can do that. You're doing a My Life as a Teenage Robot, the paper version of in 10 episodes. Oh, cool. Awesome. And speaking of which, I made a horrifying discovery of My Life as a Teenage Robot. And I'm not even gonna comment on what it is. It's disturbing, vile, very obvious, very it's not gruesome. It's just it's not disgusting. It's just, why? Why would you do that? And when I saw it the first time, I was like, what? How is that possible? How the heck is that possible? And I'm thinking to myself, geez, you must be a scientist to do that. What the heck? Anyway. The Matrix has called. And plus with the fact I've done some other videos and such and whatnot. So, anyways, guys, that is the end of this live stream. Stay tuned for the next episodes to come. The next update or next live stream thing will come in the months to come. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Video response. People don't do video responses. Video response. That was the thing. Anyways, take everyone. See you soon. Good day, and I shall catch you later. Good evening.